This is Brigitte for Taste TV. I'm sitting here in between Plus 44. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. I'm a bit nervous actually, so if my heart stops beating, I'm glad that you're here next to me. No, but I wanted to ask you some more personal questions because I mean everyone knows the history of Plus 44 and so on. But I would like to get to know you guys a little bit. So if there are any questions that you don't want to answer, just don't answer them and we'll cut them out. Okay? Yeah. So let's start by imagining going back to your childhood. Did you always want to be like a musician, or did you want to be a fireman or something else?
My mom always tells me that when I was a very, very little kid that that I was always really into math and stuff like that. So my dad was very hopeful that I'd be a mathematician, and I was really good at math, but no.
No.
Yeah. I'd be a kick-ass mathematician though.
When I was a little kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, but I discovered I was very claustrophobic and had an intense fear of heights, so that just cut that out right there. Yeah.
I don't know if I really remember wanting to be anything other than that. I mean, when I was like 9 years old, I think I wanted to play guitar and play in bands and make music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, afterwards you made the choice to become a musician, and I can imagine that your parents might not have been so happy with that. I mean, going on tour and partying and the rock star things and stuff. How was that with your parents? Did you have any problems there?
No, my mom was always really supportive. In fact, she let me live at home until I was like 25. So, yeah, she was always very excited about me being in a band. And when I had to make a decision whether or not to drop out of college or be in a band, she was like, you can always go back to college, but you only get one chance to be in a band. So, she was really supportive.
My mom was supportive also,
Yeah.
and my sister, so I was blessed with that.
So never any fights with your parents?
When I first started doing it and going on tour, it was a little bit rough.
Yeah.
But ever since then, they've been super supportive. But
And do your parents sometimes come to the show to watch?
my parents come to so many shows. I think they came out. Where was my dad? He was at
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Yeah, my dad was out here in Amsterdam. I think he came to Vienna with us too.
Yeah.
So.
He was in Cologne too. He was in like 3 cities.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And for you guys also, your parents sometimes come and see, or?
Yeah, they come. My mom comes out to the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's come out to some of the shows. With a lot of support.
Oh, that's great. For you too?
My mom, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and for you guys, I mean, in the future, do you imagine yourselves with families and kids? You're married, no? I think.
married. I'm married with a kid. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love it.
And how old is he or she? Or?
He is 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
We play video games. It's fun. Yeah, it's great.
What kind of video games?
He loves a game called Kirby's Squeak Squad right now for Nintendo DS. That's what he's really into this month. But next month it'll be something different. And he also likes the Lego Star Wars game.
And what does he want to be when he grows up?
You know what is funny is I asked him the other day. I said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And he said, "I think I just want to be myself," which I thought was a great answer. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, especially for a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to have a wife, at least one kid, maybe 2,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a group of kids one day. I love kids, so
Yeah?
one day.
A whole group of kids.
Yeah.
How many would that be?
I don't know. Lots.
I can imagine yourself with 10 kids.
Yes.
Awesome. And how is it to be a parent, actually? I mean, being on tour, and do they come with you sometimes, or?
Sometimes, not so much anymore. But my son's in school now, so it's difficult to have him fly around and hang out. But yeah, he comes out on tour when he can. It's a great opportunity to let my son see the world and teach him and meet different people and understand the world a little better. I think it's a great opportunity.
Well, talking about understanding the world a little bit better, I mean, I'm going to get a little bit more serious because with Taste TV, we've always been like this. I don't know how to describe it, but we are also very much in touch with the people that watch us, and we sometimes get these stories about kids that are depressed and that look up to certain bands. And I know that you guys are also some of the bands that they look up to, and you're an inspiration for them. Have you had kids coming up to you and saying the same things, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that it probably happens with a lot of bands. I mean, music is such a personal art form that I think that growing up and being depressed when I was a teenager, and I would listen to The Cure and I would feel like Robert Smith's lyrics really spoke to me. And I think that, you know, when you speak really honestly in your lyrics, that it really connects with people. And I think that's kind of a universal thing. So, yeah, it's really a humbling and great thing when people come up and say, like, oh, your song helped me through a really difficult time in my life. That's one of the best compliments that, you know, we can possibly get.
And for you, for all of you, being a teenager, what are the most, I mean, I don't want to bring back nasty memories, but what are the most, like, depressing times that you went through?
Probably, you know, in high school, just going through depression in high school, and listening to The Cure really helped me through that for sure.
Junior high, high school, same thing, you know. I just had a rough life, you know, family life, so.
Yeah, I guess the same thing in junior high. Yeah, had some shit go down. I handled it though.
Yeah. Okay, now you made me curious. Can you give me an example?
The thing that comes to mind, I had like a crew of friends, like 4 or 5 friends, and they all got like, they all just all of a sudden didn't like me for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real weird. I still to this day don't really know why. And then like the ringleader or whatever like wanted to get in a fight with me. And like I didn't know what was going on, but it was one of those like meet at the bus stop at like 8 o'clock or whatever, and we got in a little kid fight, you know. But it was kind of rewarding. I got the only clean shot in. I slapped him like right in the mouth, and he had like a bruised mustache, so
Really?
it was kind of rewarding.
That's awesome. Have you gotten into fights a lot when you were kids, or you were peace-loving?
Not at all.
No?
No.
Oh, that's good. You seem like very nice boys, actually.
We are.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I can see that. I can tell that. No, yeah, that's something that I wanted to ask you because I mean you've been so long in this business, and for me it's relatively new. I mean, I've been doing this a year, but you get to see all sorts of people, like people who you can't trust at all, people who you can sort of trust, you think. But what's it like to be in that business for so long? I mean, are you scared when you meet other people to know if they are really genuine or not?
I don't think that the music industry is any less or more genuine than any other industry. I mean, you know, I think that, no, I mean, just, you know, listen to anybody in their jobs. There's people, if you're an accountant, there's a dude in the office who's dishonest and goes behind people's backs and isn't straight up. And, I mean, if you're a doctor, I'm sure that, you know, one of the nurses you don't like or whatever. Things like that you find in everyday life. And if you live your life just afraid of who you're going to meet and what wrong they're going to do to you, you probably just lock yourself in a room and not hang with anybody. But, you know, you just have to surround yourself with people that you trust and are true friends with.
Yeah, that's an awesome comment for our viewers out there too, I think.
Pay attention to me.
Okay, so yeah, I already have to quit asking you questions almost. I mean, the time flies.
Fly. Sure.
It does. But maybe some last words. I mean, what you still want to accomplish with yourself, but not only on music level, but on anything. I mean, what's the thing that you want to do the most in your life before you die?
Be a good husband to my wife and be a good father to my son. That's my personal life. With Plus 44, we just want to keep writing better and better songs and touring and building this band and having a great time doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you?
Yeah, I just, you know, I want to have a wife and kids and, you know, live the family life and, you know, prosper musically and just keep writing the best song that I can write, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully that day comes one of these days.
Same thing, I guess. You know, I want to have a family one day. You know, be happy. You know, make great music. You know, grow as a musician, a person, and I think one thing I want to do is, you know, give back. You know, do something good with my life. You know, leave some kind of like positive influence. You know, since I feel like I've had a really good life, kind of give that back. You know, somehow.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, especially as a musician, you're able to do that.
Yeah, it's actually a cool medium. You can kind of do that, but I'd like to do it in as many ways as I could.
Yeah. Any other ways that you can think of now?
Not off the top of my head.
No. We'll get back to you next.
Yeah.
That's the journey. That's the journey, is finding that thing.
Yeah, that is true. Finding what you want to do with your life and never quitting and all the things you said in this interview. Okay, guys, but thank you very much.
Thanks.
I'm going to leave you now and maybe just wave goodbye to our viewers. And
Bye-bye.
bye.